What's up, guys? Wiggy here, workingclassfitness.com, doing a video for my buddy Jonathan. Now, Jonathan is an up-and-coming pro wrestler, training to try and get to the big leagues. He is wrestling in some of the local independent circuits in his area. And he shot me a question not long ago on Facebook saying that, they had brought some guys in to do some training. And he got out there and was working in the ring with some guys and just kept screwing up his spots. Now, in case you don't know the pro wrestling world that well, of course it's not real. I'm not going to say it's fake because God knows it's not fake. It's staged, it's predetermined, but it's not real. Yes, no, I said it's not real. I know, there's some of you out there. It's still real to me, damn it! But yes, it is staged. Anyway, point being, he was out there, and of course they're timing their spots so they can do their moves and this and that. And he told me his head wasn't in it, and he kept doing what he called botches, or he kept botching up moves. And that's basically where they go into a move and one guy just totally screws it up because it takes the two guys working together to perform a certain move or a stunt or whatever you'd want to call it. And his head wasn't in it, and he says, I just kept totally botching up, and I just couldn't, kept screwing up my spots and whatever. He says, and I finally, got my head straight and everything went cool after that. Started, doing everything correctly. He says, but I know, because this happens to me, and it happens to other guys too. When you go to the gym, sometimes when you're working out, your head just isn't in it. You're going, maybe even you're motivated, because this has happened to me. Maybe you go in and you're super motivated and you're ready to go in and kick ass and take names and become a monster. And shit, just, maybe you're tired, or, the weights feel way heavy, or you're doing your tempo intervals and you feel like you just want to die, after your first one or two, whatever. What do? What is it that you should do to try and kind of salvage your workout, or should you even try to salvage your workout? Should you just go home? Should you, whatever? Well, the answer to that, there's two answers. Number one, if you are on a very set, specific, dedicated timeline, that's one thing, and that's something that is pretty tough to address because it's going to depend upon the specific situation. And an example of that would be, let's say, a guy getting ready for a fight. He has got, or let's say somebody is peaking. Okay, I'll just say that. It could be for a competition, an Olympic lifting competition, or a powerlifting meet, or God, should I even say a CrossFit thing? No. Well, forget I said that. Or a fight, anything else along those lines. If you are on a very specific timeline and you are here and you're trying to get there, and you by here you've got to get this much done, and by there you've got to get that much done, and by there you've got to get that much done. You can afford to have the occasional jacked up day. If it happens more often than not, then obviously there's something that's going to have to be altered there. But you can't really afford to have, especially again because it's going to depend upon your whole training program. With fighters, especially, as they go along in training camp, their workouts are going to become less and less frequent because they're going to be doing more and more skills training, let's say. And if they get way in, so that means every workout is more and more important. So, one jacked up workout can mean, a third of your workouts for that week. Let's say you're only, doing 3 workouts a week. A third of your workouts are screwed up for that week. So that, so as a result, you've got to be able to kind of fix that. And that many times is going to depend upon, again, your own specific situation. So there's not really anything I can say, particularly now, to say, oh, well, you should do this or you should do that. If you're not on a very specific timeline, then my recommendation then is kind of to do something my old man used to tell me to do when I was a kid and I was getting into working out, and that's just to find a way to win. Okay, you're not always going to go in every day and feel kick-ass. You're not always going to go in and feel like, you're ready to beat the world. Maybe you'll be tired, or it doesn't really matter. There's 9 zillion different damn reasons that could go into it. But if you go in and you're having a shitty workout, maybe you don't do whatever it is that you're scheduled to do that day, or maybe do some of it and back off on the rest. Maybe do the hard portions. Like let's say if you're going in to do a strength workout and you were going to do a main exercise and then assistance work, maybe go and do the main exercise and get out. Forget all the assistance work. That's it. Maybe you've got to just do something different. Maybe you're not, up for doing strength work that day. So maybe you just do your assistance work. Maybe you're not even up for doing strength work at all. You just go do some cardio. Or maybe you're supposed to do some tempo intervals and you just don't have the oomph in you. So instead of doing tempo intervals, you do some basic road work. Basically, the point is leave the gym better than when you got there. Don't just turn around and leave. Now, sometimes you are going to have to just turn around and leave. If you just feel like, hey, there's something in your gut saying, dude, just go home, then just go home. You've lost a day. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. You can afford to miss a day now and then. However, your best case, or the thing you really should do, is just try to find a way to win. Take a look, and maybe that means going a lighter weight and doing more sets and reps that day, or doing a different exercise, or doing a body weight workout, or doing some conditioning instead of strength training, or strength training instead of conditioning, or whatever. Just end up leaving. Even if you're not targeting the specific goals or functions that you were supposed to do with that workout, if you end up doing something different, that's fine. You can make it up down the road. Somehow. Again, it's only one day. The point is to not give up, because it's not even as much of a physical thing as it is a mental thing. You don't want to get into the mindset or get into the habit of saying, hey, every time shit hits the fan, I quit. I quit. I quit. Because you're not always going to feel great. Especially like me, friends of mine, and I bitch about it on Facebook all the time. Friends of mine know I sleep like shit. I do not sleep worth a damn. I've got massive insomnia, and I only get a couple good nights sleep a week. There are many times, when I hit the gym, I'm running on caffeine and motivation. That's it. And I'm tired and I'm worn out. Recovery isn't quite what it should be, but I still figure out a way to win. I may not go in and feel strong. Some days, hey, screw it, man. I just get that shit done. I don't give a damn what anybody says or how I feel. I'm going to make it happen. Some days, though, I just say, damn, I'm tired. I'm worn out. I'm not feeling it. I've got to figure out a way to do something else so that I still get something accomplished today. That is as much a mental and moral victory as it is a physical one. And that is the key thing. All right? Never leave letting the ill feelings or the be tired or whatever it is, or just the not feeling it. Don't let your workout beat you. You always find a way to win, because that ends up being what's important. Okay, that doesn't mean steamrolling it and doing what you're supposed to do all the time. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it just means, reaching down, grabbing your nuts, and barreling forward anyway and making that shit happen. If it doesn't, that's fine. Do something slightly different, still get something accomplished, still come out better than you were when you went in. All right? Cool. That's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the link coming up so I can send you more free videos on a daily basis. All right? Train hard, rest hard, play hard.